Welcome to another episode of the Two Original Podcast. You're chilling here with your man Chevy and my co-host
Yaco Pico.
First and foremost, we want to shout out all our sponsors: 3C Clothing, 3CW Clothing, Lucy World Clothing, Butler Brand 504, Yacht TV, C-Sound Studios, New Level Studios, Ridiculous Media, Stack of Star Clothing, Girl It Up, Grind Ain't No Gang. Everybody, just tap in. We got our guest tonight sitting up here with us, Nader.
What's up?
Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the people?
Man, what's up, y'all, man? My name's Nader Murphy. I'm the host of Sports Overtime on Boot Crew Media, and I'm glad to be here with you guys.
Thank you. We appreciate you for coming, brother.
Yeah, man, no problem.
How your weekend was?
Not too good.
just jump right into it.
Just keeping it real, man. The weekend sucked, man. With the Saints losing yesterday, that shit was whack, bro. Yeah, my weekend was whack. So to answer your question, that shit was poop. We
gonna talk about that a little more. We gonna get into that a little bit.
How your shit was, OG?
It was cool. I took me a trip for a couple of days just to get the fuck away from this motherfucker.
You went to Houston?
Oh no! I went the other way. I went the other way. I went to Biloxi. I ain't go too far. I went to Biloxi. Went locked up in a room. Came out to get me something to eat. I did do a little gambling. It was 2, 3, 4 in the morning when nobody wasn't out, and then I didn't go get on the table. I went and got on the machine, a blackjack machine. I played on. Me and my wife, we played on that bitch by ourselves. So nobody was nowhere near us, so it was all good. But other than that, same old shit. Trying to research shit to do, research shit to get into, investments, stocks. You know, just trying to do some other shit. Trying to just research doing some other shit. That's all I did with my weekend. Other than that, that's it, bro.
Yeah, I ain't really do too much. I'm lying. I was grinding this weekend, dog. This whole week.
What you did? How many videos you shot?
We shot like 4. We shot like 4 videos, did a photo shoot, dropped a couple of them too, know what I'm saying? And we just been trying to stay active.
The weekend did suck, but outside
yeah, the game.
Outside
of business.
Outside of that,
yeah, it was terrible. Yeah. You hear me?
I really got a kick out of the whole shenanigans of the people that ran up into the Capitol. How they been getting arrested and what this one had and who this one is. That shit just been funny to me, for real.
They thought they wasn't.
Yeah.
They thought they wasn't coming for him. Like they had one lady, her son got arrested, and she was like,
"That was hilarious."
Yeah, he can't be in jail because he's vegan, and they don't. I'm like, man, he wasn't thinking about that shit when he was at the Capitol, right?
For sure.
So it's people crazy, man.
They were trying to sell a podium, huh?
Man, they took heirlooms out that bitch.
They went crazy.
Man, one motherfucker, he was he was trying to go home. They done told him, "You a domestic terrorist. You on a no-fly list." He crying, like real tears, crying. How I'ma get home?
That's crazy.
They were like, "You should have thought about that before you did what you did." Oh, and by the way, them people over there, they waiting for you. You're going to jail. It's crazy right now. Just funny, just seeing the amount of them that's losing good jobs.
But you know the crazy thing about it is this, right? If it was black people, if it was Muslim people, or any other race that was doing that shit, man, it would have been crazy. They would have been killing so many people. But because of the people that was there, they didn't, and it just shows you how divided the country is.
Oh, I saw that too.
Yeah.
I saw the because I saw that from a YouTuber. He showed his experience from when they did the Black Lives Matter movement.
Compare
at the Capitol, and it was like they couldn't even get to the steps. They had so many National Guards out there. Then 30 minutes before the curfew that they put out, they was coming through just throwing the smoke bombs, making them disperse and go home. When they defied, like, they was able to just just do everything we couldn't do, basically.
Right. Why they didn't do that to them? That's the question. So it's crazy, man.
Well, that's
Yeah.
Nobody don't want it. Nobody don't want, nobody
won't really go into it, you know what I'm saying?
Like, nobody don't want to say,
what is really going on?
That people losing their lives, nobody not gonna cheer, to that. But
that was also a hit sent by the president too, so you gotta understand that as well.
I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people don't feel like that. A lot of people don't feel like
that was a hit sent by him. Basically, if you could read his tweets and read in the lines of what he was tweeting, that's what he was saying, and that's why they shut his Twitter down. I mean, he had 88 million followers, and they shut that bitch down. Imagine having 88 million followers and they shut your account down permanently.
Yeah, you got a
this
problem.
Ain't no temporary shit. This permanently.
You got a problem.
Yeah, you got an issue on your hands. So and then not only that, he wasn't just banned on just Twitter. I mean, the dude was banned on everything, bro. He was banned on Pornhub. That's crazy.
Like, watch a flick,
bruh.
He was banned on Pornhub, and so that's the crazy thing. But yeah, man, going back to what I just said, I just feel like it was a hit sent by him, and they showed the video of when they went to the Capitol. He was hiding with his kids or whatever, and they was being all happy and excited of them going to the Capitol. So that just shows you what type of president we have. But he's about to be gone in a couple of days, so we'll be straight.
For sure. That's funny that you say the type of president he was, because of what you just said. Mm-hmm. Now you riled those people up, and you led them, and was supposed to meet them, by the way.
Right.
But you didn't. So not only did you incite that riot, but you were a lying coward.
But the thing is, too, a lot of people don't think about this. The reason why he got elected was because obviously there's a lot of racism in this world, right? So he got elected because he was saying, oh, we're going to build a wall and we're going to let the Mexicans not come into the United States no more. Or we're going to ban the Muslims from hopping on flights and doing this and doing that. So those people who are racist, they're like, all right, well, shit, he feel like me. So that's why they voted for him.
Right.
Yet he played them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you put the ban on the flights or whatever for a couple of little countries, but that was pretty much it. And then on top of that, the wall is still being built, but they about to shut that down too. So basically you got people to fall in line and you trick them mentally to vote for you. They voted for you, and then now you in an assed out situation. Mm-hmm. That's just what it is.
Just like they say, since he was elected, now the prejudice people are coming out because they feel more confident because of the president that we have.
Would those same people come out like they are if Obama was in there?
Nah.
Or anybody else?
Right.
See what I'm saying?
But with that being said, they just walk themselves into showing exactly who they are.
They show their ass.
Terrorists.
Yeah, they show their ass.
Domestic terrorists. Of course, for sure.
And it's good that they call them terrorists, you know what I'm saying? Because every time it's always a Muslim that's being labeled as the terrorist. But now you can see that it's not just Muslim people. Other people do that, so.
Right. For sure.
For real.
But we ain't gonna turn this into politics.
Nah, you good.
We gonna so tell us where you from in the city, bro?
Man, I'm from the West Bank, man. From the West Bank. I know everybody hate on the West Bank.
Nah.
Everybody wants something. All right.
That's my second home.
That's why I stay on the West Bank. But yeah, man, I'm from New Orleans, and yeah, man, I just been grinding, just doing this little sports thing, and been doing my sports podcast. A lot of people are familiar with me because I used to throw parties in the city too. Mm-hmm. I was a promoter for about 6 years, doing parties at the Hookah on Decatur Street, Metro, Republic, all of these places, bringing celebrities and football players. But a lot of people know me for covering the Saints and just basically Twitter and Instagram and things like that. So yeah, just been grinding, man.
So how was your upbringing in the city? Were you into sports as a youth?
Yeah, I was. And my dad and my uncle, they owned a store, and it was actually in the Fisher Projects. And so what would happen was I would go to the Fisher Projects once or twice a week, and every Monday I would look at the newspaper, and I'm looking at the Times-Picayune, and people would be like, well, what do you think happened in the game? What do you think happened in the game? And I was just starting to get familiar with the Saints football and things like that. My dad used to take me to the games. You know, at that time, they had Budweiser. They had a, sponsorship with Budweiser. So Budweiser used to give out 20, 30 tickets because nobody was going to those games because they was sad. But yeah, man, so like with that, I got a hold of the Saints and I started learning more about players and schemes and things like that. And everybody that would come in the store, they'd be like, so what we doing this week? What you think we gonna do? You think we gonna win? You think we gonna score? This person gonna score a touchdown? So that's just how the whole upbringing became with the Saints and just sports in New Orleans. But it wasn't as easy as people see it now. You know, back then we was sad. You go to the stadium, you look left, you look right. They got people with bags on their heads. You got people sleeping in the stadium. I mean, you got our coach trading all our damn picks in the draft for a running back. So I mean, it was a lot. But now I know we lost yesterday, but man, people don't really understand how good we got it right now.
Right.
How difficult was them conversations when we were so-called the Aints? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was hard. I mean, the thing that always came about was next year. It's always a next year thing, right? Always next year. Oh man, we got him next year. Don't worry, we gonna get him next year. That next year never came until 2009. But hey, at least it came, right? At least it came. At least we got to experience the Super Bowl, and a lot of people can't say that, but yeah, man, those conversations were hard, and it was frustrating. It was frustrating because it's like, damn, every single year it's the same old shit, same shit, different toilet, same shit, different toilet. And I kind of feel the same way with these last 4 years with the Saints. It's been the same shit. We get to the playoffs and then we choke. Get to the playoffs and choke. So that's why a lot of people are mad today because of what happened yesterday. They frustrated. I don't blame them. I mean, it is what it is. A lot of people didn't come up in those years that I was just talking about where, we were sad. They came in 2006, 2009, where they saw, everything's clicking, the team is, winning. They didn't get to experience that. So you can't blame them for that. But yeah, those conversations were definitely hard for sure. For sure.
Did you play sports as a youth?
I actually played safety. I actually played safety at Shaw High School. I went to Shaw, so I went to that Catholic school. My mom and dad didn't want me at West Jeff and Eric because they know what type of playboy I was back then. I got the good hair and shit like that. So my mama was like, "Nah, you ain't going to those schools with those girls. You going straight to all boys school." And so, but yeah, safety. Safety was my position, man. Safety.
And you just
I could shoot
in high school,
and I could shoot a J. And I know people be like, man, you play football, but man, I could shoot that 3-pointer though too. So anybody need me out there? You need me? Hit me up. Pelicans, y'all need me? Hit me up.
So you just played in high school?
Yeah, just high school.
Just high school.
Just high school.
How was that experience? You started, came up
back up. Yeah, I played a couple games. I ain't gonna sit here and act like I was Ed Reed or nothing, but But yeah, man, I played a couple of games. I had in 3 games, I think it was like 7 tackles. It's not bad, but just to experience it, I think that was what also motivated me to talk about sports and do sports.
I'm just about to ask you how different was that? Well, how that can I put it? How the fuck can I put it? How that came together from you being a sportscaster. Than to be on the field. You know what I'm saying? How different it is.
It's different. It's different because when you look at everything that other people talk about, it's different in the sense that you've played it. You know what schemes, you know what wide receivers' routes are gonna be. You know how to analyze the game better.
That's what I want to ask.
Yeah, you know how to analyze the game better compared to other people who just watch sports. They don't really know the inside of the game. With knowing the inside of the game, you can relate that to sports, sports radio, sports podcasts, and people start to understand, well, if this guy's running a wheel route, what is a wheel route? Or if he's running a slant, what is a slant? Or, I'll go whatever. So, you can relay that message to your listeners, and I feel like that's why we have so many listeners and viewers, because not a lot of people do that for them to give them that experience. Yep.
That's understandable. What was so you played mostly zone or man-to-man?
Zone. Yeah.
You liked it?
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. I wasn't that fast, but zone worked out good for me. Yeah,
That's
it worked
dope.
out good. Yeah, and like
That's
I said,
dope.
man, I played like 3 games, so it was cool just to get that experience, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
So you wasn't really analyzing it that much in high school?
not really. Not really. High school was a whole different ball game. I was the guy who would pull up to school. I had a Nissan Altima sitting on 22s.
Oh, you stunning.
Yeah. Sitting on 22s, come in the morning. Everybody know I'm there because I'm, you know, the sound blasting out the car. But, you know, I was more not famous. More people knew me because of that. They knew I was the guy with the car and the rims, but they also knew that I was the guy, you know, playing the football and doing that stuff. But yeah, it was cool, man. It was cool.
So how did you transition to doing parties, man?
Man, that's a crazy story. So me and one of my friends who went to Shaw with me, we had a lot of people that we knew. And so he came to me and was like, hey, I think a good idea would be to start throwing parties.
Mm-hmm.
We know too many people. They're in the Alpha fraternity. And so one of his frat brothers who went to Baton Rouge, he went to LSU, we all came up with the idea of creating this team called Entourage Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
So we did our first party on Frenchman Street. They had a spot called Laziza's, and it was a little bar. It probably held like maybe 100 people, 150 people. And so they gave us a chance. Mm-hmm. Now, at this point, we was always trying to get into the high clubs like Metro, Republic. We was trying to get our name out there. So we did Laziza's for like 3-4 months. And then next thing you know, the hookah bar hit us up, was like, man, y'all causing a lot of ruckus. Y'all getting a lot of people to come to y'all shit. We want y'all to come do y'all parties over here. Bring that business over here. So we always try to, you know, get into the hookah. They ended up letting the promoter go for the hookah. And they came to us and was like, look, we want y'all to have Friday and Saturday nights. Friday, y'all do a college night. Saturday, y'all do a 21 and up crowd. I said, okay, cool. So we went there, man, and we teamed up with a few people, and we smashed out. I mean, Fridays was crazy. Fridays at the hookah, for those who remember, that spot.
Line was around the corner.
Man, that line was wrapped around the corner.
Around the corner.
We were just talking about it, man.
Around the corner.
We were just talking about it. We would open the doors like at 11 or 10:30. At 9 o'clock, the line wrapped around the block. And so people just got used to it. It was just a trend. And we just had fun. And then, you know, we got, after getting the hookah, we got Metro. We started getting Republic. We started getting all these other places because they seen we bring a crowd. Mm-hmm. And it just blew up from there, man. We just were starting bringing celebrities and, you know, football players, which was easy because I'm covering the Saints too. Mm-hmm. So it was easy. I would kind of work out deals with Saints players like, hey, you come to my party, I'll throw you a section and a couple bottles, but when I need you to come on my show, just come on. And it was like, man, we got you, no worries. So it all kind of tied in and worked out for me. So it was pretty cool.
That's dope.
Yeah. So did Corona make you get out of the party promoting?
No.
What made you?
It wasn't the Corona. I got out way before then. So we was doing the hookah, and the hookah situation happened where a lot of the neighbors on Decatur Street were complaining about the sound, people being outside, a lot of people being outside, and, you know, people having arguments and fights and stuff up the street or out, you know, around the corner. Right. So they was like, they told the people that own the hookah, they was like, look, we're gonna have to shut y'all down because it's just, we can't have this on our street. So I guess with the noise ordinance and things like that, they basically shut them down. And so from then, at that point, I was kind of like getting into this mood where I was like, man, I'm about to chill on throwing parties, because, you know, I had met my fiance and at that time, and I was like, you know what, I'm about to leave this alone because I don't want that to, you know, interfere with my relationship with this woman, because I'm about to, you know, be married to her, and I don't want to have her thinking, oh, he out here wilding out, or he at the parties dancing with chicks, or, you know, doing this and doing that. So I just left it alone and just kept doing what I was doing outside of that.
Yep. That's dope.
That's what's up. So how was you covering? You was working with the Saints covering?
Yeah, so basically what I was doing, it's funny, I was throwing parties on Friday and Saturdays, and then during the week I was going to the Saints camp and facility covering the team, you know, interviewing players and stuff. So again, it was just like a dream.
That's
it was
dope.
it was a dream. Like,
That's
man,
dope.
I'm out here on Wednesdays, Mondays, I'm out here interviewing Sean Payton, Drew Brees, and then on Fridays, Saturdays, I'm throwing parties, and then Sundays covering the game. Yeah, so it was a dream. I know a lot of people always ask me like, "Damn, bro, you was doing it big." And it's like, man, I'm just grateful, man. I'm grateful for the opportunity. You always got to look back. I think the one thing that I regret from doing parties and just doing parties in general, I just feel like I didn't live in the moment. Like when you have 3,000-4,000 people at your party, and people are like, man, this and that. Like one party that we did basically, they had a Young Money concert in the arena, and so when that concert got announced, a lot of people was like, oh, I got the official after party. So I was like, you know what? I'm about to go book House of Blues. I went and got House of Blues. We hit up Mac Main. We told Mac Main, look, come through, host a party. We'll pay you, whatever it was. We paid him. Mac Main was like, all right, cool. So the night of the party, I get a text from Wayne's manager, and I'm like, what's up? He's like, man, I'm around the corner. I need you to let me in the House of Blues. I bring him in the House of Blues, and I'm like, yo, what's up, Taz? He like, man, I just want you to know everybody from the concert is coming here. And then I get a phone call from my friend. He like, look, Lil Wayne just said on a mic in front of 18,000 people that the official after party is at the House of Blues. I'm like, oh shit. So next thing you know, about an hour later, 6 tour buses pull up on Decatur Street. Nicki Minaj hopping out one, Drake hopping out one, Wayne hopping out one. And I bring him in the HOB, and I'm on stage with Wayne literally standing next to him while he's doing his thing. And just that party in general, man, like it really set it off to where it's like, man, this dude had everybody in this party, and that kind of built it up even more, from what I was doing at the hookah and other places. But yeah, man, I mean, I miss it. I ain't gonna lie, but I just feel like the one regret that I do have is just living more in the moment. And so for anybody that's watching, anything you love to do, I know a lot of people are gonna sit there and ridicule you or be on your back or say this isn't good or this good or give you praise. Just live in the moment while you doing what you love, because again, it's not gonna last forever.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
You wanna do your
Oh yeah. Right now, you're watching 2 Original Podcasts live on the Music Exchange Radio Network. I am Yaco Pico, chilling with my co-host
Chevy Earnhardt.
You already know what it is, man.
But what? So you say you miss. You think you ever get back into party promoting? Because I mean, obviously you connected, to the people.
Yeah, for sure.
Both ways. So the celebrities and the street. So
I think the one thing that I plan on doing in the future, once all this COVID stuff dies down, is I feel like I want to do more road games, like parties for Saints, like for the Saints road games. Like one of the games that I got on my mind for next year is the Jets game in New York. That's gonna be on, in New York. I think that if we throw a party out there in New York, I think a lot of people will show up. I know everybody talking about the whole Houston thing, what happened this past weekend.
Oh,
But I just feel like once this whole COVID situation dies down, I think if by next year, once the Saints season starts rolling, I think if it starts popping off, I think that'll probably be one place that I do a party in New York. For sure, for all the Saints fans, because on Twitter, man, that's like my biggest thing. A lot of people follow me on Twitter. I got like 17,000 followers on Twitter. So like if we post, hey, we going to New York, we got a party in New York, I think people would show up.
That's dope.
That's nice, man.
Yeah, man.
For sure. I mean, Saints road trips been, kind of like a family affair for, forever.
A lot of people,
you know what I'm saying? So
right.
that is, something that'll continue a tradition, bring something back, with a twist to it. Mm-hmm. That's what's up, man. Let us know, bro. We might,
come out there.
We might be able to come out there with you for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Do
a show and everything.
On the real. That's what's up, man.
Monday in New York. We're going to be in New York on Monday.
Lit.
Well, so tell me, out of working with the Saints, who was kind of like the most difficult, most like reserved person you interviewed?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. I would say probably. Oh man. I mean, I've interviewed people from like Drew Brees to Jimmy Graham to Akeem Hicks, Cam Jordan. I would probably say the defensive coordinator at the time, Steve Spagnuolo. He was just kind of difficult. You know, you ask him a question, he just get mad about everything. So you just brush you off. You're like, man, look, why are you even doing a press conference right now? Why are you even standing in front of the media, you know? Because you know we're going to ask you questions. And, you know, some media members, they don't ask the questions that they supposed to ask because they scared of the backlash that they going to get. And I feel like as a sports guy and as a big Saints fan, I feel as though you have to ask those tough questions because those tough questions are going to make you the type of person that people like and follow for that reason, right?
Absolutely.
So when you get people that you know, because this is the thing that pisses me off about just the media in general. You'll get a new guy, or let's say the Saints draft somebody, and they'll say the first question, have you ever been to New Orleans? Have you ever tasted the food there? Like, man, we're not trying to hear about that shit. We want to know what he gonna do on the team. What is his goals? What can he bring to this season to push us over the hump? Mm-hmm. You know, that's what people want to know. They don't want to know if he ate Popeyes before or he ate this before. Like, come on, man.
They do that stupid, the typical New Orleans stupid shit.
Yeah, so, you know, but I would say to answer your question, Steve Spagnuolo for sure.
That's what's up. How you feel about yesterday's game?
Man, you about to get me on a rant.
Oh, man.
Man, again, man, it's frustrating. It's disappointing. You know, this probably was Drew Brees' last game. I know a lot of people on social media are happy that this is going to be Drew Brees' last game because of him messing up the last couple of years in the playoffs. You know, he's done a lot for the city. You can't take nothing away from him. He's done a lot for the city. He's done a lot for the community. He won us our first Super Bowl. And I can't really say that he won us our first Super Bowl because it's a team effort.
Absolutely.
You know, I know a lot of people always say that, and it does slip out of people's mouth. But when you look at it, you know, then just to put it on record, the Saints had an awesome defense that year when they won the Super Bowl. I mean, you had, you know, I know everybody talk about him because what he did after the Super Bowl, but man, Darren Sharper had 9 interceptions that year. That D-line was getting pressure. They was getting sacks. If Tracy Porter didn't get that interception in that Super Bowl, we probably would have lost that thing, to be honest with y'all.
Absolutely.
So, you know, when people
including
say
the offsides.
Yeah, so like when
them two was clutch.
So when people say, "Oh, Drew Brees won us a Super Bowl," it's a team thing. But I get where they coming from, and again, he's done a lot for the community. But just the game in general, man, it just was frustrating because they really had the game in their hands. If Jared Cook didn't fumble, right, they could have scored a touchdown right there. They would have been up 27-10.
Tip drill.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and
I think about the tip drill too when you think of him,
man. So it's like, man, when you look at the whole thing, it's just disappointing because this was that year that we was like, man, we got to get it. Drew's last year. We know it was going to be Drew's last year going into this game. Now, he hasn't announced anything yet, but as you could tell from what happened yesterday, him walking into the tunnel, looking back, you know, at the lights in the stadium, you could tell like it's a wrap. It's pretty much a wrap. But just the game in general, man, I feel as though they could have did a lot better. Jared Cook could have played better. Mike Thomas had 0 catches. You know, like, come on, man. Like, can't guard Mike. You know, you a beast. I know nothing taken away from Mike, but Mike, you got to step up. I don't care who's sticking you. You know, you got to step up in those games, bro. How many passes you caught last year? 149? But you couldn't catch one? In this game? Come on. Like, and you know, people are going to say, oh, he was hurt. You know, he still wasn't healthy. Listen, all the excuses got to be thrown out the window. All of that shit is over. All of that excuses and all, man, I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. Like, we didn't get the job done, and that's why our ass is at home. We gonna be sitting on the couch this Sunday.
So you think it just was the offense fault, not the defense?
I mean, the defense didn't get no pressure. You looking at, you know, one of my homeboys on the team is Cam Jordan, and you know, I'm not throwing him under the bus, but man, he ain't really step up. He ain't do nothing. He was nowhere to be found. Marcus Davenport still hasn't been seen. He been missing all year. The only guy that really stepped up was Trey Hendrickson this whole year. He didn't have a good game yesterday. Where was Sheldon Rankins? Where was David Onyema? I mean, the whole D-line had a bad game. Now, a lot of people are going to go back and say, well, the defense held them in check. They were, getting them 3 and outs in the beginning of the game. That's true. But it's not how you start the game. It's how you finish the game, right? So they didn't finish the game right. So that's the thing. But when you look at it, Marshawn Lattimore played really good. He did give up that touchdown to Mike Evans, but I mean, listen, he's got the best of Mike Evans these last 4 matchups, holding him to 0 catches. It was bound for the man to have 1 catch, 2 catches, for a touchdown. So we knew that was probably going to happen. But again, man, the defense didn't step up at the right times, and the offense with Drew throwing 3 picks. I mean, once you have 3 interceptions, it's pretty much the game's gonna be over, and that's exactly what it was. It was over after that. So
let me ask you this.
Just a little loop. Let me
ask you this. So you think possibly?
Here we go.
If it hadn't been COVID, and the dome would have been full of Saints fans.
Nah.
You think?
I know where this question going.
You think the results probably would have been the same, being that the Saints always use that as a part of a home field advantage.
I mean, you could say that, but even without having any fans, you still threw 3 interceptions. Right or wrong. Like, without fans, you threw 3 picks. With fans, I don't know how many more picks he would have threw.
I mean,
let's just be real.
I just look at it. So I'm going to ask you, I'm going to call you Mr. Analyst right now.
Okay, that's cool.
What do you think, or do you think that gambling in Vegas has things to do with outcomes of games? Always. All right. I'm glad. I just wanted to ask Mr. Analyst.
That's life, man. That's life, because when you look at it, it's always about money. Everything is all about money. And when you yesterday, I'm not a big gambler or anything like that, but a lot of people was betting on the Bucks last night. They were betting on them. They was like, nah, we gonna take the Bucks. Vegas was going with the Saints, but it started to get a little closer, and then boom, the Bucks won. But I don't know, man. I just feel not only Vegas, but I also feel like the NFL has something to do with it too. Because if you think about it, now you got this week, the whole narrative is going to be Brady versus Rodgers, and Brady trying to get back to a Super Bowl. And Tampa's playing the Super Bowl's in Tampa. Can they be the first team to make it to the Super Bowl in their home dome? Right? There's a lot more narratives with the Green Bay and Tampa game than it would have been with the Saints and Green Bay. And think about it this way. Looking at how the Saints played yesterday, do you really think they was going to go to Green Bay in the 20-degree weather with 40% chance of snow and beat those people?
No.
So let's just have the heartbreak early. That way we don't embarrass our ass next week, because it would have hurt even more next week when we man, they lost the game to go to the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. So
I mean, but we've been Saints fans all our lives, though. We generally know if they got to play Minnesota in Minnesota for a playoff, it's a wrap.
Even here, you can't even say in Minnesota.
Yeah, here, but definitely going up there, right? It's a no-go.
The Rams.
Yeah.
That's a hell. Those are the 2 teams, but that's the crazy thing. The 2 teams was out the playoffs. So you would have thought that would have been motivation. And the thing is, I don't feel like they played with motivation like yesterday. You could tell they wasn't motivated. Once Deontay Harris got out the game, that was a wrap. Because it seemed like he was the only person that was motivated, coming out and almost scoring a touchdout on a kickoff if he didn't get called back. After that, it was a wrap. It was just Deontay Harris and Kamara that really wanted it. Everybody else, man, they just ain't play motivated, especially Jared Cook. Jared Cook played like a bum last night. He played like a straight bum. I'm just being honest.
Made me wanted to cut the TV off.
Man, he not playing motivated. He didn't play motivated this whole year, and I can't wait for them to cut him. Because not even cut him. He's gonna have to find a new team because he's a free agent.
My man said he need to find him another job. ASAP.
He knew
he need to come on this podcast and let's talk to his bum ass about why he didn't catch these balls. I'm just being real. Sorry.
That's what's up.
I don't give you the media thing where it's like, yeah, I'm just politically correct.
Know.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all.
I already know. So tell me what you think of the trade with Harden.
Man, first of all, how the hell do you lose 20 pounds in 3 days? I need to know what the recipe is for that shit, because I definitely could lose about 10 pounds, but man, I mean, for real, like, what is he doing?
So that was real?
Yeah.
Wait, time out. Time out.
I thought it was
when he looked like he was 253.
Like a
then went to 182. That picture?
Yeah. How you lose 20 pounds in 3 days or 30 pounds in 3 days?
Man, that boy was huge.
That boy was shitting buku stuff out his stomach.
Oh my God, dog, this nigga.
Nah, but
I can't believe that.
But to answer your question, man, the whole super team thing, my favorite basketball player is Steph Curry. So I'm not gonna sit there and talk, shit about the super team stuff, because hey, I liked it when KD was on with us. We was winning championships. I mean, even without KD, we won a championship. But Curry did. I can't say we, because I'm not like the biggest Golden State Warriors fan, just a Steph Curry fan. But I actually grew up a Pistons fan, a Detroit Pistons fan in the bad boy era. My mom's actually from Detroit, so we grew up watching the Pistons and stuff like that. So, but going back to KD and Harden, I don't, the super team thing. A lot of people say is bad for the NBA, but I just think it brings out the best out of other teams when you're going up against three solid dudes and Harden, KD, and Kyrie. I just feel as though, like, whenever you see that matchup on a schedule, you like, man, we got to bring our A game.
Right.
And that makes other teams better. That makes other players better. Players that might be on the bench that come in and score 8 points, 9 points that you would have never thought would come in and score those points. Mm-hmm. They scoring those points because they want to beat this team. And that's just more motivation for the NBA. Like, hey, get on y'all shit. Get on y'all shit and make sure that y'all can handle y'all business. If you can't, then, hey, build your own super team. But I don't know. I think if you look at it, if I was to take a prediction, I would go Nets and Lakers in the finals, probably.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds good.
That do sound good.
Nets and Lakers.
So
one side of the coast to the other side of the coast.
What you think about the Pelicans?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Pelicans got a lot of work to do.
Absolutely.
They have a lot of work to do. I mean, you got a good young core with Zion. You got Lonzo Ball, which I don't know if they're going to keep Lonzo Ball at this point, because you've had Alexander Walker come in, and he's been putting up points. His first game, he put up 37 points. Second game, he put up 20. I mean, he's doing his thing, and he's coming off the bench. Now he's the starter because they sat Lonzo Ball. The Pelicans just, man, they're not consistent. They got a coach in Van Gundy who's going to bring that defensive scheme. He's going to make them play defense better. Mm-hmm. But as far as the team coming into the season, the one thing that was their biggest weakness was shooting. They don't have a lot of shooters on the team. You got a guy like Steven Adams who you brought in who could get rebounds. That's his job. He's been doing that his whole life in OKC. Mm-hmm. But when you bring him in, and then you got Zion, who's a big dude who just likes to dunk. He not really shooting the ball. His first game in the arena was pretty cool, because I was actually at that game where he shot 4 threes in a row. And when I tell y'all, man, the crowd just went crazy when he did that. I was like, man, I ain't never see basketball like this in the city, for real, even with AD. But Zion is a guy who's going to get you the, 20, 30 points, but off the backboard, going to the goal. You got Lonzo, who has been playing better as far as from the 3-point line, which is good for them because they needed shooters. Melly is inconsistent. You got Josh Hart, inconsistent a little bit. So again, they just don't have a lot of shooters, and I feel like that was one of their weaknesses going into the season, is that you went out and got Steven Adams. Where the shooters at? You need shooters. You in the NBA. You in the Western Conference. You see all these good teams in the Western Conference, they got shooters. I mean, even with Golden State. Golden State don't have KD no more. They still got Curry, right? They still got some people that could shoot. When Klay come back, that's going to be a whole different story, right? But they have shooters. Denver has shooters. Lakers got shooters. I mean, seems like everybody got shooters but the Pelicans. So I just feel like that's one weakness of theirs that's going to catch up with them this whole year. And hopefully, man, they can add some shooters next year or before the trade deadline, because that's one of their biggest weaknesses. But I do think that they have a young future. They just have the parts to get it going. They do have some draft picks in these next couple of years, but they definitely have to bring some shooters on this team.
That's what's up. Nader up here, fine motherfuckers. He done fired somebody off the Saints.
Jared Cook.
He done fired a motherfucker off the Pelicans already.
I think a lot of people really got to go on both squads. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, on the Saints?
Yeah, and on the Pels.
Yeah, I mean, you got Jared Cook. He got to roll. Alex Anzalone, the linebacker with all the hair, he got to go. One of the guys I was pissed off that they re-signed was Andres Pete, number 75. Every time he's playing in a game, his big ass is always on the floor. I mean, there's at least 3-4 pitches where he's on the ground trying to get up because he got beat. You got a bunch of players. I don't know what they're gonna do with Taysom Hill. They talking about the Saints might be interested in Deshaun Watson. What can it take? What could it take to get Deshaun Watson from Texas? He don't want to be there no more. You bring him on the Saints with Mike Thomas and Kamara and Emmanuel Sanders and Callaway and Traquan Smith. I mean, you looking at a team that's going to be making a run at the Super Bowl for the next 10 years if they could pull that off. But what is it going to take? Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of people are saying, it's going to take 3 or 4 first round picks. Would you trade that for him? Would you trade that? Would you trade 3 first round picks and a player? Would you, if they ask for Mike Thomas, are you going to give them 2 first round picks and Mike Thomas? Or if they ask for somebody else, you going to give it to him? I don't know.
Saints need everybody right now.
They need them, but also too.
But they need a quarterback.
They need a quarterback,
Definitely
but a lot of people are missing this too. The salary cap is going to be the issue this upcoming year. Mm-hmm. You know, there's a lot of players that are on the team that are making a lot of money, which they can convert their salaries into a signing bonus, and they can save money. So, like for an example, Mike Thomas is going to be getting paid $18 million next year, right? So what they'll do is they'll say, okay, let's take $10 million of that, convert that into a signing bonus, and then now only $8 million counts against the cap. That frees up money for them. So they got to do that with a lot of players. Now the players don't mind because they getting their money up. They getting their money faster, right? If they on record for a $30 million contract and you giving them $10 million as a signing bonus, they got 50% or 65% of their contract already. So they don't mind doing it. I know one of my homeboys, Teron Armstead, he does it pretty much every single year for the team just to free up money for them, but also too the money hitting his account the next day. So it's a win-win situation for him. But the cap is going to be the issue when you look at the whole, you talked about it earlier, the COVID situation. The COVID situation messed up everything because now there's not a lot of fans that can go to these games. Right. These teams make a lot of money off fans buying these tickets, paying for parking, paying for concessions, doing all of that stuff. So imagine how much money they lost this year. So now with them losing money, they're not able to be like, the salary cap has gone down tremendously. It was like at 200. Now it's at like 175. $175 million, and you trying to put all of these contracts under one team, that's hard to do.
Definitely.
So hopefully this COVID situation can end where they can free up that money, go back to having a $200 million salary cap to where they can sign free agents and do the things that they want to do. But Mickey Loomis is a genius, the general manager. He's going to make something shake. He always does every single year when people come out and say they can't sign nobody. They ain't going to be able to sign shit. They ain't going to be able to do nothing. They end up signing players. They end up moving. They end up doing their thing. So we'll be all right. We're going to be all right. But if it was me, I'd be definitely on the phone with the Houston Texans trying to see what they want for Deshaun Watson for sure.
Yeah, a lot of people interested in him right now.
Yeah.
Because I thought he was going to go to Miami.
But they got Tua.
I heard he was going to try to go to Miami. They just
invested a first-round pick in Tua. I don't know how Miami would give up.
That don't make sense, but
yeah, I don't know why they would give up on him. But if Miami does give up on Tua, I would try to find a way to get Tua here. Because he's a baller too.
Yeah, I like Tua. I do like Tua. I just was mad at him because he played against us. You know, I'm an LSU fan.
Yeah, me too.
So, you know.
But you got to put that to the side.
That's a whole different ball.
We in the NFL now.
Because you know that college world, that's a whole different. Oh, my God.
Yeah, so. But nah, man, we'll be all right. But hopefully, man, they could pull something off. If not, if they can't pull off a trade for Deshaun Watson, we got a guy in the building, Jameis Winston. He came in yesterday, threw a touchdown. You know, and Sean
immediately.
Payton, yeah, right on the first play, 40-yard touchdown. And the thing about it is Sean Payton has been on record saying that he believes in Jameis Winston. He's seen him in practice every single day, and he knows what he brings. He knows how he can run this offense moving forward. And I don't know if y'all seen the video yesterday, but Drew was on the sideline, and he was actually talking to Jameis Winston, telling him, this is your team. This is your team now. Yeah. So he was basically handing the torch to him, like, look, this is my last game, but this is your team moving forward. Now, mind y'all, Jameis is on a 1-year contract. So after this year, right now, he's going to be a free agent. So Sean going to tell him, like, look, this your team.
Right.
You know, we're going to give you the team now. Sign back with us. I don't see why he wouldn't sign back with us, being that he has Mike Thomas, Kamara, and that offensive line. That's going to be a huge plus for him.
But I think that's a great idea for him.
And don't sleep on Winston. Like, Winston,
I like him.
Winston was a guy who threw for over 5,000 yards. And, you know, a lot of people talk about him and they say, oh, he threw 30 interceptions. He threw 30 touchdowns. But listen, he was in a scheme with the Bucs where he had to throw the ball like that. Just this year, Tom Brady had 13 interceptions. Tom Brady had 13 interceptions in a Bucs offense. So, yeah, the man had 30 picks. I get it. But he also knows what it takes to get the job done, and he's a Heisman Trophy winner. It ain't like he's some bum off the street. This dude got what it takes. And I feel like, as for the city of New Orleans, I feel like the city of New Orleans would really love to have a black quarterback.
Yeah, for sure. The city would definitely.
You know,
they wrap their arms around all the black quarterbacks.
It'll bring us back to the Aaron Brooks days. You know,
even if they garbage, it don't matter.
And Jeff Blake. No, I'm just saying, Jeff Blake, Aaron Brooks.
I like Jeff Blake, dude. Aaron Brooks was nice at the beginning.
But Blake got hurt.
To me, it's just my opinion. I know Jameis, you know, good for sure. You know, but it's just like
Blake.
To me, it's just like when Jameis on. He on. If he, for any small reason, off,
he messing up.
He off. He way
off. A lot of people attest that to him, like his vision. Coming into this season, he had LASIK surgery. A lot of people saying he can't even see. If this man was on the Bucs and he can't see shit, and he threw 30 touchdowns, then now he got LASIK surgery and he could see. Shit, give me that dude. Give me that dude for the Saints.
I feel
and here's the crazy thing, what a lot of people don't realize. When Sean Payton has to coach a game without Drew Brees, that makes Sean Payton a better play caller. Because when Sean Payton don't have Drew Brees, that offense is wide open. He trying to figure out what to do.
Absolutely.
And if you look at it,
I agree.
6-0, what was it? I think 7-0, he's gone with backup quarterbacks. What other coach you know in 2 years has gone 7-0 with backup quarterbacks? This dude had Taysom Hill out here winning games. A lot of people don't feel Taysom Hill is a starting quarterback in the NFL. This man was out here winning games for the Saints.
Right.
When Brees was down. So imagine what Sean Payton could do with a guy like Jameis Winston for the whole season. And not only that, the defense always steps up. Like, if you guys remember with Teddy Bridgewater, they got that black quarterback in there. What did the defense do when Teddy came in? Defense stepped their game up 100%. I feel as though if you put Jameis in that situation, the defense gonna ball out because they know they balling out for their brother. And that's just keeping it real. I'm just being honest. That's just real. That's real.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. You gotta keep it a buck. Shit. Y'all listen to him. Somebody. Shit.
So
call Sean Payton and tell him what you think. Shit, fuck it.
Man, Sean Payton
podcast, bro. Tell me about your podcast.
So yeah, man, I've been doing Sports Overtime. My podcast is called Sports Overtime. I've been doing the show for about 10 years. My first co-host, he actually passed away 3 years ago. He died he died from a heart attack.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank y'all. He died from a heart attack, and so I ended up getting My boy who usually came on our show as a guest, he came on. His name's Brian Bienemy, and me and him started doing the show. We've been doing the show for about 3 years, almost 3 years, and then now he's moving on. He's basically has a trucking company, so he's gonna be focused more on that. I have a guy that I'm doing my podcast with now. His name's Chris Rosviglu. He actually lives in New York, and he's actually a big Saints fan and has a huge following. So we're putting both of our followings together. Just signed a deal with Boot Crew Media here in New Orleans.
Congratulations!
Thank you, man. Yeah, so they own the Boot, which is that bar on 2x2 Lane campus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we put up. They signed us, and man, we just been doing a podcast for a month on their programming, and man, it's been killing. I mean, it's been smashing out, man. So for anybody that does listen to the show, that watches you guys, man, big shout out to y'all for tuning in every week. The show's on Wednesday. We usually drop the podcast on Wednesday. So if you guys want to subscribe, man, go to Apple or Spotify and look up Sports Overtime.
That's what's up.
So how you met dude from New York?
So I never met him. That's the crazy part. I never met him before. We always have exchanges through Twitter. He's been following me. I've been following him. He's a young dude. He's 23 years old. And so basically I was thinking in my head, like, all right, my boy's leaving. Who could I get to replace him, but also add more value to the podcast and bring more listeners and viewers, and who has connects here and there with players? And I thought about it long and hard, and he was the guy. I was like, man, he has a huge following. He has like 10,000, almost 11,000 followers on Twitter. I got almost 18,000. So you got, almost 29,000 people in the loop knowing about our podcast, which, as you guys know, with listeners and viewers, that adds more to your podcast. Right. It brings more value to your podcast. So that's what we've been doing, man, for the last month, and it's been working out pretty good. Everybody's been leaving good reviews on Apple and just saying how much they enjoy it, and how we not only throw the sports out there, but we also call players out on they shit pretty much, like we just did.
Oh, I see you. I see you.
And I think that when you do that, people are going to love your podcast even more because they feel the same way you feel. If I call Jared Cook a bum, they watching a game saying, man, this dude is a bum. So right. when I say it on a podcast, they like, damn, Nader covers the Saints and does this, but man, he keeping it real. Like, this is what I need. And I feel like that's why we're so different from other podcasts, other sports podcasts.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So what else you working on? Man, I'm just focused on this on Sports Overtime on the podcast. I got some things in the work coming up pretty soon with some Saints players, just doing some interviews that I'm gonna be dropping here pretty soon once everything dies down, because everybody all pissed off right now. But yeah, so I'm just focusing on Sports Overtime and just trying to keep building it, man. Keep building it. A lot of people have really loved the brand of Sports Overtime. They love the authenticity of it. Our theme is real sports talk from real sports fans. So, a lot of people out there know. A lot of people have bought like shirts, hoodies, just a bunch of stuff just in support. And so it's been good, man. But also, too, one of my biggest things that I'm really, really focusing on this pretty much until I die, to be honest with y'all, is every Thursday, man, we're out there and we're feeding the homeless.
Oh yeah, I want to ask you about that.
Yeah, we're feeding the homeless, man. I came up with an idea in my brain that for however many tackles Demario Davis and Quan Alexander had in a Saints game, that's how much money we would donate to feed a homeless person. So if they had 10 tackles, that's $10 to feed a homeless person. So we were basically doing it strictly off Twitter. And man, when I tell you, I think almost 2.5 months in, we've given out over 1,000 meals. And so I just came up with an idea. Now football season is over, people are like, man, don't trip, we still got you. Every week I'm gonna send you $10, or every week I'm gonna send you $20 so you can feed the homeless. So what we've been doing is we came up with an idea to go to Popeyes, because here's the thing. We went out there one time, and they had some other people out there giving out cooked food. And we was like, man, if you think about it realistically from our brains, we'd be like, man, they homeless. They hungry. They going to take whatever, right? But we noticed that they wasn't taking it because the whole COVID situation, the whole this, they don't know where the food coming from.
Right.
So we was like, look, let's go to Popeyes. People love Popeyes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Popeyes. Let's see how much it would cost to buy 100 meals from Popeyes. So it ended up costing $430 a week just for the Popeyes. So we was like, man, look, let's not just do Popeyes. Let's also give them snacks. So what we do every week is we go to Sam's. We buy almost like $200 worth of snacks. We create these Ziploc bags. We get these Ziploc bags and we put different snacks in it. So we not only do we give out the 100 meals, we give out 100 snack bags and we give out water. So we've been doing that. And then I did for Christmas, 2 weeks before Christmas, I did a PlayStation 5 raffle. I did 2 of them. And all the money that we got from the PlayStation 5 raffle, we bought the homeless like 70 hoodies, 70 beanies, 70 thermals, still the 100 meals, still the 100 snack bags, the water. I mean, we gave out everything. Gloves, Ziploc bags with toothpaste, toothbrushes, everything. So that's one goal.
What's up, man.
Yeah, man, that's one goal that I'm really focusing on this year is just to make sure that we could do this every single year. My goal is to give out 5,200 meals this year. So 100 meals a week. And so far, man, we've given out, 300 meals? 300 meals. It's fourth week of this the last week of the month? I don't even know what.
Wait, how many you trying to give out for the year?
5,200.
5,200.
Yeah, 5,200. That's the goal. 5,200 meals from Popeyes and 5,200 snack bags.
That's dope, bro.
That's what's up, man.
That's dope.
Man.
I'm proud of you for that.
I hope
Thank
you
you.
reach your goal, brother.
Yeah, man.
I hope
think
you
it's
pass
possible.
your goal, you know.
Yeah, because
For sure.
the thing about it is, a lot of people always talk about money and trying to make money and do this and do that, but a lot of people miss the point of that you're gonna die at some point, right? And when you die, you're either taking your good deeds and your bad deeds with you. And for me being able to feed a homeless person and, like I said, giving out those 5,200 meals, when you help somebody, God gonna help you in the long run. So whether that's helping me financially, whether that's helping me, feed more people, whether that's helping me when I die to go to heaven, whatever the case may be, that's my purpose, and that's why I'm doing it.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
That's
bro.
what's up,
For
bro.
real, for real.
So would you go to a certain location? How you?
So we basically set up underneath the bridge right there by WDSU. We set up right there. There's a bunch of homeless people out there. And what's crazy is we went out there 2 weeks ago, and it was so funny because we pulled up and there's like 3-4 cars of me and my friends. We pull up. And one of the guys was shouting out to the other people that was in their tents, like, the Popeyes boys are here, the Popeyes boys are here. And so that was pretty cool because, you just trying to help out, but for them to do that was pretty tight. I was like, damn, I got to get me a chain or something that say Popeyes.
On the real, that's what's up, man. That just go to show you, you know what I'm saying? They looking forward.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Forward to it, and it's not going to waste,
Yeah, so that's the pretty cool thing about it, and I'm appreciative that I do have a following and I do have people that support me to be able to donate on a weekly basis. Especially with now the whole COVID-19 situation, people out of jobs, people not working that many hours as they used to. So for them to be able to donate, whether it's $10, $5, whatever it is. Every dollar counts, and again, $4.34 is a meal for somebody. So,
That's what's up.
Yeah,
That's
man.
what's up, man. Tell them where they can find you at, man.
Oh, man, you can follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @Nader, Nader 723. Same on Instagram, Nader 723. And then also you can follow us on Twitter as far as the Sports Overtime page. It's @sports_overtime1.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. We appreciate you for coming through, bro.
Oh, man, no problem.
Like we said, good luck, with your mission and your project you got going,
Appreciate
for the year. But what is there anything special you want, the people to know about Nader or what you got going on?
Man, the one thing I would say, man, is it ain't even about me, to be honest with you guys. It's not about what Nader got going on. It's just having the wisdom that I have, man. Like, it ain't even about me. I just want everybody to know that if you got an idea, you got an idea in your head, you got something that you love that you do it. You know, don't let nobody hold you down from doing something. Do what you want to do what you love. Life is too short. You know, I've seen a lot of people die these last couple of years and they didn't do what they loved. You know, they always clock in, clock out of work and go home, and they don't live life. They don't travel. They don't see other things but New Orleans. And I feel as though, for me, that's one thing that I want to preach to a lot of people, man. Is just, if you really love something, do it. Whether you get, I mean, this is the thing. You're going to get a lot of people that love you. You're going to get people that hate you. That comes with the game. I mean, I've dealt with it when I was a promoter. I mean, I had people, promoting a party right across the street charging $10, and I'm charging $20. But, the thing is, it's the value. When people know what they're getting from you, they don't mind paying the extra $10 to get a better product than the $10 product. So just keep pushing, man. That's all I would say, just to anybody that's listening. Just keep pushing. If you're motivated to do something, do it. Don't talk about it. Be about it. And, leave everything else in God's hands.
Facts.
I didn't want to preach or nothing, but I
was almost tempted to say let the church say amen.
Amen.
You heard me? That boy went there, right? But that's what's up. That's some real talk. It's somebody out there, I'm pretty more than sure, that needs to hear those words for sure.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
But we want to appreciate you. We appreciate you once again for stopping by.
Oh, no problem. Anytime, man. Anytime y'all need me, let me know.
What you got up for new music this week?
That boy G107, he got an album coming out called Therapist. Should be out in like 2 days. You know what I'm saying? Orleans, East Side Step. He got a song called East Side Step and Go Mode out right now. Hands Free 9. He got a song out called Spacewalking. And Hustle El Duro, he got a battle out on YouTube, man. He killing somebody else on that bitch, son. Punishing them. For real.
I gotta check that out. Mm-hmm. For me, I got Amber J, Mixed Emotions. Mm-hmm. NO 2 times, he dropped a single called Action. The Baby dropped a single called Masterpiece. Juice WRLD featuring Young Thug, Bad Boy. And Fredo Bang dropped the album In the Name of G, Still Most Hated.
Oh, I gotta listen to that album.
Yeah, it's some nice music they dropped this week. I gotta check them out with you, especially that battle with El Duro.
For real.
What you listening to?
Man, I actually been bumping the last 2 weeks. One of my homeboys, he used to DJ my parties. His name's the DJ PK1. And he made a Saints mix for all of my Saints people on Twitter. And man, that thing goes so hard. It's on SoundCloud. I've been bumping that shit for the last 2 weeks. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Getting hyped up for the playoffs, but now I don't know what the hell I'm gonna be listening to.
I'm about to say it's over for that one.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna be listening to.
Ain't nobody about to go check it out.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been trying in my mind after last night's loss. I was like, bro, I gotta start watching more Netflix or something. I just finished Cobra Kai, 3 seasons of Cobra Kai. I don't know if y'all seen that yet.
I ain't had a chance to watch nothing.
It's like a karate thing, but that thing is fire. I know when you think karate, thing, oh, this shit lame, but nah, it's tight. It's tight. So definitely go check that out. Cobra Kai and Lupin on Netflix as well.
Lupin?
Lupin. That's
right.
dope. Yeah.
What you got for new videos?
That boy CTC Raw Ring, he just dropped a video called The Bank. Jazz Nola, she just dropped Happy MLK Day. No Hot Ride, he dropped Searching. That's shot by my boy Knowledge. You're Material Film. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Knowledge. And Misery the Beast, he just dropped a video too. You know what I'm saying? Them boys been working, for real.
Yeah, boy, them boys been working, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. For me, I got Pooh Shiesty, Guard Up. Funk Flex doing some of the shit with the hot artists now. He got one with Fabio Foreign called Game Time.
Mm-hmm.
Saweetie featuring Doja Cat, Best Friend.
Okay.
And Jim Jones featuring Joel Santana, The Election.
Dipset.
You dig? And that's all I got for new videos. You heard me? What new videos you seen lately?
Me?
Besides the film over and over.
Yeah, the film, the game film. He probably analyzed it. He could tell me. I bet you he could tell me did Drew throw that intercept on purpose or not.
Man, y'all trying to get me. I ain't saying nothing. Man, y'all trying to get me rowdy, bro.
Just with that right there, I know I gotta go back and look at the footage it up again. On the computer. He done zoomed this. He got them capabilities. That's that guy. I know he gonna tell me.
He trying to get me to go crazy. Nah, but with videos, I've been watching. I ain't like on YouTube is what y'all saying.
Anyway, yeah, YouTube, whatever.
Man, one thing that I'm really into, man, I'm into shoes. So they got this YouTube channel called Cool Kicks. I don't know if y'all have ever seen it.
For sure.
You know, where all the celebrities and stuff go and shop in a store in LA, which is pretty dope. And then I've been really on this I Am an Athlete pod on YouTube. I Am an Athlete. It's basically Chad Johnson, Fred Taylor, Channing. You had Channing on there, and they have Brandon Marshall, and basically what they do is they talk about stuff like how we talk about stuff, but they analyze it from a player's perspective. So I kind of listen to that and watch their show too, just to kind of get their perspective on things, because they'll tell you stuff like, oh, this happened 10 years ago, 15 years ago because this coach had an altercation with this player or this player, and this player didn't like each other. So it just brings you inside the locker room. Yeah, just a little bit more.
What's the name of it?
It's I Am Athlete.
Oh,
I Am Athlete, man. Check that out. And Cool Kicks for sure.
Yeah, Cool Kicks, they on some wild shit. They be wildin'.
Oh yeah, Cool Kicks.
Yeah.
But can you imagine going to LA and spending like 30 G's on shoes? Like I don't know. I can't do it.
We went in there.
Y'all did?
I took a picture of the case and told him, man, I'm about to get the fuck from by that case. Bring me back. Oh, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Bring me back over here closer to the doors where the cheaper shoes at. That's where I'm going.
Dude, you ain't getting nothing?
I wasn't with him.
Dude, I got something.
Dang. I want to go out there.
I got something. I got something, but it was a right price. It was budgeted.
Yeah, you ain't blow no bag, huh?
No.
Yeah, I can't see me doing that. I can't see me doing that. But I like to watch other people do it, but not me.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, the person in front of me bought the Dio low one and put him on his feet.
And what?
And walked out in bitches.
That's 10 G's right there. 12 G's right there.
Yeah, he did it.
That's crazy. And you brought up the Dior lows. One of my friends in Ohio, he actually got a pair, brand new. He never wore them. He's like, hey, I'll sell them to you, and you can auction them. And I'm like, if I auction them, I'm giving that money to the homeless. Because that's gonna feed them for half a year.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, if you want to do it, I'll definitely do like a raffle for him or something. But he's like, yeah, just give me the money for them, and I got you. I'm like, man, how much you want for these things? These things $10,000. Ain't nobody rocking with that right now, especially in the times that we in. You could keep them shoes.
Man, they ridiculous.
It's not that serious, you know.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous.
But y'all remember when shoes was in East Bay? When they was in the East Bay and you looking at Jordans, they was like $99 and now they like $350, $400. Man, I wish we could go back to those days.
Yeah. That's what I used to go shop.
They don't know. See, you telling your age, he don't know nothing. We got some people in the room that definitely don't know nothing about the 99.
Man, y'all got me Jordans. Feeling old. Y'all got me feeling old, man. But yeah, the East Bay that was the thing, man. That was the thing.
Man, that's what's up, man. Y'all tap in to Nader on Instagram and everything. Tune into his sports show. Check him out. Because I actually sat in on one of his shows, and that shit amazing how they talk sports. They talk sports, how motherfuckers talk music. You know.
Yeah.
That shit crazy. But what you got to say? Who coming next week? You the man. Boss.
I ain't the boss. I knew you was gonna say that.
Yeah, who coming next week? You
Oh, look like my phone.
Your phone died out, right? Y'all just tune in. But we appreciate y'all for tuning in here on the Music Exchange Radio Network. If you're on YouTube, you're catching the playback on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, everywhere. It's everywhere. So y'all be safe. Oh, we want send a shout out to all our sponsors before we go. Once again, 3C Clothing, 3CW, Butler Brand 504, Lucid World Clothing, Ridiculous Media, New Level Studios, C Sound Studios, Yac TV, Stack of Stuff Clothing, Grind Ain't No Game. Everybody, girl it up, everybody. Shout out to Johnny, everybody. You know, shit. Everybody, y'all be safe till next week. We out.
OG had told me, Yaco, you to go. You gave the whole hood hope. Mama said, even though you